Welcome to MotoGP Mac. In today's video, we're going to talk about the race that just happened for the Indonesian Grand Prix at Mandalika. Now, before we get into it, here's how it finished. Fermin Aldegar won it from Pedro Acosta, Alex Marquez, Brad Binder, Luca Marini, Raul Fernandez, Fabio Quartararo, Franco Morbidelli, Fabio Di Gianantonio, Alex Rins, Miguel Oliveira, Johan Zarco, and Samkit Chantra was the last one across the line. Jack was classified 14th but did crash on the last lap. Enea Bastianini retired. Pecco Bagnaia crashed. Joan Mir retired. Marc Marquez and Marco Bezzecchi came together in the first lap and both crashed. So when the race got underway, it was definitely one of those interesting ones. Bezzecchi went backwards. Pedro Acosta took the lead. Fermin Aldegar was there or thereabouts. But after a few laps, Fermin started to come through and, really looked comfortable. And while he did extend out his lead to 9 seconds, I think it was 7 seconds by the time he finished, was just in a different class. Looked really, really, really comfortable. Of course, he is a rookie. And just looked, metronomic on the bike. And a well-deserved first win for Fermin Aldegar. So close yesterday, but he actually did the job today. Was the job made a little bit easier because Bezzecchi crashed out? Maybe. But saying that, racing is racing, and to finish first you must finish. Pedro Acosta had a great race, I must admit. I thought, he was definitely struggling, especially in Sector 2, and he just hung on in there, got past, repassed people. Definitely the shark was definitely there today. Alex Marquez, really good ride from Alex, definitely not the best of starts for him. And then he just slowly made his way forward. But again, it was definitely a difficult race for Alex in that respect. Brad Binder, definitely one of the standout riders for me today, up 11 places from where he started. And I thought maybe, just maybe, towards the end that he might close in on Alex Marquez, but he just didn't have enough in it. Luca Marini, one of the unlucky ones again today, was in second place for a good chunk of the race. A little clash with Raul Fernandez, but paid to that and he went backwards. But he was able to repass Fernandez again, who was doing well but then started to drop. Fabio Quartararo, a good solid race from him, nothing majorly impressive, let's just call it. He was just hanging in there. Franco Morbidelli and Fabio Di Gianantonio tearing lumps out of each other all race. They did get a speaking to from their team manager, Uzio, last night, because they were definitely some over-the-top challenges in the sprint race. Alex Rins, it was good to see Alex Rins in second place, and I'm saying Alex was in second place, and he was genuinely there on pace, holding it for a good few laps. But he was on the soft option, and eventually that gave up, and he sank then like a stone. Miguel Oliveira, nothing major from Miguel. Same with Johan Zarco, Samkit Chantra. Jack Miller was doing okay, and then he crashed in the last corner. Enea Bastianini, didn't see too much of him, but he did retire to the pits. Pecco Bagnaia, what a difference a week makes. Dominating last weekend, and this weekend he was running around last in both the sprint and the main race. Looking at the start that he had, he couldn't even beat anyone off the line in the start, which I thought was pretty weird for Pecco. It really, really was strange. 1.6, 1.8 seconds off the pace consistently all weekend. Definitely is a strange thing for Pecco to be going through. Joan Mir, didn't see too much of him. He was battling away, but didn't see too much. And then Marquez and Marco Bezzecchi. The crash was a very, very weird crash. It looked like Bezzecchi rode through Marc. Now, in the sector where this did happen, Bezzecchi was making about 4/10 normally all weekend on people, so he just got it wrong. Result of this is Marc has a broken right collarbone, which is probably the best result out of it in the way of the injury, because if it was a torn rotator cuff or something like that, that would be the end of Marc's season. But with the collarbone, he'd be probably getting surgery and back in a week or two, maybe 3 weeks. So we would see him maybe in Malaysia, and then we will see him for the rest of the season. But if it was a rotator cuff or something like that, then that would be season ending. Goodbye and good luck. So look, that's what I mean. That it was kind of the best outcome of the shoulder injury, that the clavicle or the collarbone has been broken. All in all, I thought it was a really good race. There was a lot of hard battling in there. The track isn't the best because it's more so a one-line circuit all the way around, which makes passing harder. But saying that, there was a good few battles and fairing rubbing and proper racing is what I would call it throughout the race. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. Who was your rider of the day? And what did you think of the Grand Prix of Indonesia at the Mandalika circuit? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.